Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right now here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got way too much time on my hands. I put together something nice for you. I'm back in my old book having fun, reminiscing, but putting together some good lessons from years back. So, right thinkers, let's do it. We do. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. We got a good thing going. Let's do it. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right things way of life, and that's what it is. Through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to that level of knowing themselves through the lessons that I'm gonna give you. That's my mission. Your goal should be to tune in, get them, and use them, and know yourself. Let's go. Know thyself. I asked the question: do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in, check me out. I can help you out with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual 9 o'clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I did this lesson, I think, about 5 years ago, but I think it's pertinent for now. So, right thinkers, let's talk about the process of transformation. Yeah, I gave a few lessons about it, but this is from the book back to Egyptian yoga. So this is going to be fun. It's the scarab. This is what it looks like. Okay. Now the idea is that the scarab represents self-generation and sunrise in the morning, and his job is to push the sun across the sky, theoretically and metaphorically. Okay. So they gave the scarab that kind of respect. They are dung beetles. They eat dung. They're born out of dung. They take care of dung. That's what they do. Without them, they would be a problem. Okay, so nature knew just what they were doing. I love that concept. So let's talk. Let's go. So the scarab. So the scarab is a symbol of transformation. Again, they lay their eggs in dung, ball up into a little ball, and push it backwards. Okay, and the heat from the sun all day heats the dung and nurture. But the scarabs, when they come out from eating the dung, they come out full grown, ready to do what? Eat more dung and lay more eggs and more dung. So it's a process. That's nature. So scarab is a symbol of transformation from mortal consciousness to what? Eternal consciousness, from animal to spiritual. The Sphinx was the first concept of showing you from our beastly nature, which is the lower body. The upper half is man, consciousness. Raise your conscious level, know who you are. That's the concept, that's our theory, that's the motto. So watch this. Those who have what? Learned to know themselves, right thinkers, have reached that state which what? Does transcend any abundance of physical existence. Remember, we're getting spiritually enlightened. It ain't physical. But they who, watch this, through a love that leads astray in the physical world, expand their love upon what? Their body. Back to the physical again. They what? They stay in darkness. Wandering and suffering through what? Their senses, physical, things of anxiety, unrest, and then eventually death. the physical body is going to die, but because they're ignorant of their higher self, they think they're going to die. So that's the concept. Understand the transformation is becoming spiritually enlightened, knowing that the essence inside the body don't die. It's of God. But your goal is to what? Recognize that for yourself while here on earth. Self-mastery, know thyself, Christhood, and whatever you want to call it. But that's the goal for all human beings. Why? We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Only way you can make it back home is to take this conscious here, connect it with the heart conscious, and that's becoming one with your higher self, aka God. That's my goal to get you to do that. Let me get back to this lesson right quick. Sorry about that. But there's a purpose. And then once you understand the purpose, everything starts making sense. That's my goal for Right Thinkers. Let's go. Now, this topic is called On the Spiritual Path. Again, we're on that path of spiritual enlightenment. We want to know, understand how to serve, how to best live so we can make it to the what? Next life. Let's go. Now, it is critical to understand again that through what? The spiritual path, what takes place where? In the world of relative reality, physical. It is what? Essentially an individual journey whereby one is led to a level of consciousness that has no friends, no pain, no fun in the ordinary sense. Again, man, I want to calm down. Listen, not in the ordinary sense. You got no family, you got no television, there's no sex. I told you in the spiritual world, understand that, please. So stop with that. I'm gonna give 72 virgins. No, you ain't. So no sex, no illusions, etc. The real deal. But watch this, wherein there is a fullness of what? All things. If you have everything, why would you want anything? You already have everything. They tell you everything you need is inside you. Moving on. But watch this, complete satisfaction and contentment within one's completeness. Watch this. That's called supreme peace, aka Hotep. Ta, PTH is spelled backwards. It's Hotep. So when you reach that level, you can flip it. Why? Know thyself, know God. When Ta self creator, you become Ta what? By becoming spiritually enlightened and reach that level of supreme peace within yourself. That's the goal, right, thinkers? So understand that. And what's this? There is no need to what? To want things, since one now what discovers that one is, you ready for this, is all things. You become godlike. I get excited. We got some good stuff coming. There is nothing to want and also nothing to need. Remember, in the spiritual realm, those who consciously choose, watch this, what? The spiritual path. We call ourselves, y'all call ourselves the chosen ones. Why? Because we chose that path. God didn't choose it. We chose it. Those who choose to do that, watch this. They choose the path. They must know what? That they are choosing a more, you ready? A more rigorous life of what? Virtue. It ain't easy. So that's why everybody don't do it. Understand that. And watch this. So it is far easier, watch this, to give into what? Sensual pleasures, carnal flesh of the flesh, and your ego desires than to what? To live in such a disciplined way. I can attest to that. When I was wilding out, it was easy. Yeah, that was, just do. Yeah. But the consequences that come with that, that's what nobody wants to pay. But they're there. No matter who you are, what you think, you're going to have to pay. Trust me. But the benefits of serving spiritually, walking this path of doing right and living a virtuous life, there's some benefits there. I can tell you that for a fact. That's why I do what I do, to let you know. I ain't a preacher. I ain't got time for this nonsense, but I can tell you I know what I'm talking about when it comes to spiritual enlightenment and knowing thyself and getting to God. Let me tell you, you got 3 levels, okay? Masonic order, what is for master, deed of instruction. And this is pretty much where it comes from. 3 levels of students, right thinkers. I refuse to use this because this is the blueprint, but I get it and understand it. Watch this. So, in the Egyptian system of mystery yoga, schools had 3 levels of students. That's where the Masonic order got it from. Trust me. Watch this. I know that now. But the first order, they call you the mortals. In Masonic order, you're an enter apprentice. That means you're gonna give your service. You're gonna give your service. You're gonna give yourself his service. How about that? Come in just being obedient, learning the craft from somebody who's teaching it. Allah. But you are giving yourself to learn something. And here it's called the mortals. Students who what? Who were being instructed on what? A probationary status, but had not yet experienced what? Inner visions. They don't know themselves. They're ignorant of themselves. Remember, as a master, I raised you from a dead level to a living level. So that's what they tell you here. You come in the dead level. You don't know nothing. So second level, fellowcraft. That means I'm gonna put you in the field and see what kind of work you can do. Give me some labor. And in the second degree of Masonic order, I had a problem with that one because they showed you how somebody tried to get work that wasn't due them, cheating, lying, and stealing. Because said, yo, my man, this is a ritual. Relax. I said, man, I don't steal. I'll never forget that. But yeah, it went against, I already had a moral code, so that wasn't in my character. So they told me, look, man, just go on that. So yeah, I had to go with this. So it's a student, watch this, who had what? Attained at this point inner vision and have received what? Just a glimpse of cosmic consciousness. You're starting to understand. Yeah, you started teaching me things. Okay, I get it now. I understand. But trust me, it's a phase in the process. When you learn it, it'll get you to a certain level. And watch this. Even at the third degree, they call themselves masters. They're not really masters. You need some more things to master thyself. They just mastering knowing who they are. They're having self-mastery. So it's some more degrees. So while you master things, I got 3 degrees, I'm a man. No, you ain't. You still ignorant, okay, of what? Higher levels. Moving on. Third degree. What's this? This is the creators or what? The beings of light. Light meant knowledge. Light meant knowledge. If you beings of darkness, that means you're ignorant. Simple. Okay. So light meant knowledge. And who are these? These are the students who had become identified with or united with the light who? God. That's that connection. That's the mystical experience that the religious people supposed to have. And if it's done right, that's what they go through. Why? Because everybody experiences God for themselves and they can share on a weekly basis how good God's has been to them. I'm experiencing that. I'm watching it happen on a weekly basis. So I see it being done. And if I didn't, boy. Moving on, that's another issue. That's another issue. But no, I see good religious people. I got nothing but respect for that. Okay, that's why I fellowship with them. If I didn't think they were doing so good, I wouldn't be there. So yeah, much respect. Let me wrap this up. Now I got it quickly. I got a few minutes. This is called the 10 Great Virtues. Okay, I get you. I can call it 10 Commandments, but no, that's not what it is. It's 10 Great Virtues. We're going to break it down that way. I got the right thinking wheel coming up for you. I have some fun with that. But this is what the 10 Great Virtues are. Understand this. Salvation is what? The freeing of what? The soul from what? Its bodily fetters. Ignorant state of being. Free it by what? Obtaining knowledge. What's this? Becoming a God through what? Knowledge and wisdom, meaning you learn and then you experience. Wisdom only can be experienced. You just can't learn. Wisdom ain't just know. Knowledge is learning. Wisdom is experience. You got to have them together. And what happens? And controlling what? You end up controlling the forces of the cosmos instead of what? Being a slave to them. Subduing what? Your lower nature. There we go. And through what? Awakening what? The higher self, becoming conscious. And what happens then? And you're ending the cycle, listen, of what? Rebirth. And what? Dwelling with the letters who direct and control the great planes, aka in heaven, or y'all call it, we call it the afterlife. Okay, so that was a concept that we had. That's a concept that they bought into. They believed this, just like Christian believe in Christ. They did the same thing, ain't no problem. But when your faith is well founded, it will serve you. You find out if you serve the right one. What in the end, when it's judgment time, you find out if you did the right thing or not. And it's the wrong time to find out that, oops, maybe I was wrong. Know what happened? Yeah, you know the deal. But I go. So that's funny to me. But watch this. Now, we call the fetters are what? Are what bind the soul to the physical existence. Okay? It's in here. It can't leave on its own. Okay. Watch this. And watch this. What are the fetters for the human existence in the body? You ready? Greed, always wanting more. You'll never be able to satisfy your ego. Why? Because these are the qualities that it has, and it's never going to change. That's who and how it is. You have to get control of that. Watch this. Greed, lust, passion, avarice, covetousness, intemperance, and other such negative behaviors which are what? Perpetuated through and by ignorance. Again, our biggest problem is ignorance of ourselves. Again, lack of knowledge. That means we don't know ourselves. I got a concept now. I'm saying too many human beings. Okay, no, we are spiritual beings having human experience, and we don't forgot our spiritual aspect. We just human. We just wilding out. We just going crazy. And now I don't see no spiritual awareness, realizing this ain't the end all be all. this gonna run out. You get years in life for a reason. Okay, understand that. Grow old gracefully with knowledge of self, and you're going into old age with understanding of who you are and what you're doing at this point. Doing a bunch of dumb stuff, saying 80 years old, that ain't gonna last long. You won't be around much longer. Understand that. But ignorance is our biggest problem. So why don't we combat ignorance with what? Knowledge. That's what I do. Developing what? A virtuous character. Just being a good. I wasn't a good character. I was a character that wasn't good. That's for sure. Wasn't trying to be. Didn't care. Sorry about that. But virtuous, watch this. Developing a virtuous character is what? It should be of paramount importance. It should be, of paramount importance. And right thing is, this is the creed that we live by. It's important that you use virtuous character. Watch this. Why? It's important to what? Your spiritual seekers, since it is what? Well, listen, it is only through this attainment that it is possible to what? Acquire stability of what? Mind, intellect, needed to grasp the higher and the deeper truth of one's own existence. You need to understand that's how you know God. You can't believe in God. You just can't, oh God, oh God. No, you need to do some things so that you will be familiar and understand. That's what we try to explain to you. And watch this. Now, and for this, watch this reason. When Christ said, I am the only way, yeah, he meant virtuous, righteous, understanding is the only way to the Father. He was true right there. I ain't argue that concept. Why? I understand it. No, when you misunderstand something, that's not the phrase for. It's your fault. And if you don't understand, ask somebody who can clarify, who do understand. That's why you have teachers. That's why you have pastors and ministers to teach theological, biblical concepts. That's who I learned from. I don't profess to know nothing about the Bible. Could care less. But I can learn from somebody who do know. So moving on. That's about anything else. But the focus of what all right thinkers is the first directed to what? The perfection of what? The higher virtues. And there's some, watch this, which are 10 in number. Okay? 10 commandments. I wonder how that number got there, but numbers are important. We're gonna talk about this commandment thing, this virtue thing. These should, watch this, these should be what? Meditated upon. Remember, the three things to learning is listen, reflect, and then meditate. You need to meditate upon this and what? Practice them when? At all times. How about that? No days off. No, I'm here every day. Every day. No, I'm here every day. That's what I do for you. Okay. If the sun decided it didn't want to shine, we done. So that's how important I think I am to what I'm doing. But watch this. Once these are what? Mastered. What it says here, you need to meditate on the 10 virtues. And what happens? Once these are mastered, and peace of mind is achieved. Spiritual enlightenment, nihas, ding, 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 ding. You reach the seventh level with the chakra, all that good stuff. That's the jackpot. While you're in the physical form, that's what you need to become conscious of who you are. And I'm about to give you a lesson on what? The 7 liberal arts. I got something for you coming up with that. Intellectual yoga philosophy. Everything is a philosophy, everything is a concept, but once you put it to use and manifest, it becomes proof. It becomes knowledgeable. It becomes a fact. Watch this. If yoga philosophy are taught, and it's taught in order for what you, the aspirant right thinker, to master the understanding of his or her what? Personal existence, knowing yourself, as well as what? The existence of creation. That's why I always give you the creation story. You need to understand, have a concept, so you can know where to put that dot in yourself and figure out, subscribe your due bounds to know thyself and keep yourself in due bounds and connected to your higher self. And then what happens? The greater mysteries, your higher yoga philosophy about what the self are taught. I give you those lessons, esoteric concepts that give you the hidden meaning behind what's going on. And the purpose, watch this, of this discipline, aka spiritual discipline, is what? Is to remove what? The fetters of ignorance. I'm trying to enlighten you so you won't self-destruct. You won't do dumb things to yourself that you have to be responsible. I'm a dead advocate against drug dealing. Why? I know that leads to nowhere. Why? Been there, done that. Don't need to tell you about that one. Why? I know that oh so well. So move on. That's not the street you want to go down. Go down that one. Okay? That's how I raise my children. And watch this. You remove your fetters from your life, which what? Which hold the soul involved, aka bound to your physical existence, and it got to suffer through your personal nonsense. Thus, freeing it what? From earthly sufferings and the burden of reincarnation. If you don't enlighten yourself, you're going to be back again. You won't, your conscience won't, but the spirit will. That's he had no control over that. He's along for the ride. If you don't wake him up, okay, when your life is over, bye-bye. Well, I gotta go find me somebody else. Simple. So the idea, right, thinkers, is to know thyself. Now I'm gonna knock off these 10 virtues. I'm trying to run through it quick. I'm looking at the time. Okay, let me get this out the way. The 10 virtues of right thinking, aka initiates. They are number 1, learn to control your thoughts. I don't think for you. I just tell you what to think about. The rest is on you. So control your thoughts. How you having bad thoughts? Okay, dismiss them. Let them go by like a bus. If it ain't your bus, let it go. Simple. Moving on. What you think and grasp onto, what you focus on, is what you're going to end up doing. Understand that. The second one is if you control your thoughts, then you're able to what? Control your actions. Bad thoughts, bad action. Negative thoughts, negative actions. You get it? So understand that it starts with your thoughts. Number 3, have devotion of purpose. I get up every day with a purpose and a reason to live. If you don't feel good about your life, you might not have no devotion to do nothing. That's called depression. That's called low self-esteem, low vibrational state of mind. You need to be amped up about just living. So that means devotion for purpose. I have one. Do you? Number 4, have faith in what? In your master's ability to lead you along the path of truth. Me being your master. When I was a student, I had faith in my master. That's why I'm doing what was taught to me. I'm teaching it to you. I told my kids, I'm going to give you what was given to me. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you. I sold drugs. Before I gave them to you, I tried them, experimented with them. I knew what it was before I gave it to you. Again, I'm the same person in this same philosophy. I still live by today with my right thinking concepts. So moving on. These is what I live by. Mine. You ain't got to practice them, but I live them. Moving on. Have faith in your own ability to what? Accept the truth. A lot of us don't want the truth. They rather stick with belief. I could care less about belief. I'm going to get the truth. You do what you want with it. Moving on. Have faith again in what? Your ability to what? Act with wisdom. acted out of ignorance, you're going to cause yourself fetters. Those are self-inflicted problems. With wisdom, you ain't got that problem. Okay? So act with wisdom. Think first, act second. Number 7, be free from resentment under the experience of what? Persecution. If somebody don't agree with your philosophy and they can, man, don't worry about that. Remember, sticks and stones will break my bones. What they say don't hurt me. Understand that philosophy. And what happened? You'll be free from resentment under experience of wrong. So even when you're wrong, when you commit a wrong act unknowingly, you can apologize. Why? Because it wasn't intentional. When you commit a wrong act with intent, you can't apologize for that because you know what you was doing before you did it. So don't tell me about forgiveness. Moving on. Number 9, almost home. Sorry about this. Learn how to what? Distinguish what? Between right and wrong. That's called discernment for those who don't follow the Christian concept. Use your discernment. When out on the street corner doing my thing, my discernment was like that between who? Friend or foe. Okay? Fight or flight. I used that a long time ago. It still works to this day with people who claim to be spiritual. No, they phony people. I can see them a mile away. But that's discernment. Use that and you'll see them too. Last one. Learn to distinguish what? The real from the unreal. That means trust the people who you know is real. Don't trust somebody who you don't think is real. Simple as that. Make better decisions on who you decide to follow or to deal with. I do. And it works for me. And it worked for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got more for you. I'll be back. Again, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me 100 minus a day, so I never know that right thinkers like you have passed away. My man, Frankie. Much respect.